Everybody, welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast. My name is William Vaughn. I just finished my DDP yoga fat burner. DDP yoga.
Stretch you must. Yes, flexibility you will have with DDP Yoda. Oh, yes.
Coming to you live from Vancouver, BC. I flubbed the open. We're going to keep it. That's how we roll here on the Triple Threat Podcast, baby. We throw in a Dusty Rhodes impersonation from time to time. And we also throw in an Austin impersonation. Coming with me on this journey, along with you all at home or in your office or in your car or on your tractor or on the streets, on a sidewalk, in a building, in a house, is Alex Vaughn. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
Good, sir. Good, sir.
Yeah.
Doing real well.
Not as good as me, though. Not as good as me. And Matt, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, not as good as me, though. Not as good as me. Yeah.
I'm in my actual my podcast studio.
You're in the studio at 316 Gimmick Street. Yeah, you guys are both broadcasting live from...
Live to tape.
Happy Monday, everybody. Live to
What if someone downloads this on a Wednesday? It just comes out on Monday. It doesn't mean everyone listens to it at that time.
But the day it's released, I'm sorry, you're missing out. We're live, baby. Live. You're missing out.
Yeah.
Get it on Monday, folks, okay? If you don't get it on Monday, if you're listening to this on a Tuesday, no offense, you're the stupidest person alive if you're listening to this on a Tuesday. You're dumber than dirt, okay? You're an idiot. But thanks to all our fans, by the way. Thanks to all our fans.
Actually, I got to say real quick here, I was driving in Dartmouth this week, and who did I see running but Brad the YM? I saw Brad the YM
Brad
in
the YM.
flesh.
Yeah,
Yep.
Also a big fan of the DDP Yoda. He's
Core you will work on.
That time.
Yes. Fat you will lose. Confidence you will gain.
he likes to track his runs with his Nike Plus run tracker, Nike Plus, sponsor of the show. They kick back a lot of money to us. Thanks a lot, Nike. Cutting corners, saving bucks. And that's all I'll say. I was going to say, having them kids make them shoes, but...
Well, you just said it anyway.
Yeah,
so...
well, it reminds me of the time our Uncle Phil got bit by a horsefly.
Well, Uncle Philip.
Uncle Phil, I know, but I like to say Uncle Phil because... Yeah. Yes. Rest in peace, James Avery, TV's Uncle Phil, and TV's voice of the Shredder on the Ninja Turtles. And he will be greatly missed. Yes, our Uncle Philip was bit by a horsefly. And,
you're saying that like that just happened, but okay.
you just got bit by a horsefly?
No,
How long ago would you
James
guess this
Avery
happened?
died. That was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, James Avery passed 6 months ago.
You're saying it like it just happened. You're really big on time.
Because we haven't mentioned it on the show.
Of course.
So
we're saying,
I feel like we have. I feel like we have.
Condolences to everyone who died in the Civil War. That was a terrible tragedy.
Matt,
if you hadn't mentioned that yet, so I just want to make sure we get that out there.
Matt, if Matt can go back and find the clip of us saying R.I.P. James Avery, if you think we've mentioned it already, Matt, I will pay you.
I just want to know why we have to say it like it wasn't
much?
in the past.
I will pay
because we haven't mentioned it yet.
I will pay you no mind if you find that. If you find that clip. Yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. Big weekend in San Diego. The Comic-Con has come and gone, I believe. Yeah, this is Monday, so Comic-Con has come and gone. Amongst the stories, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 announced, along with a cartoon series, apparently, that Marvel will be developing. So, very confident Marvel is.
You're confident they are.
And there's Chris Pratt.
Well, yeah, I don't though, because he's got to maintain that 6-pack all the way through the sequel. What a horrible life!
Yeah.
You know, doing Parks and Rec and taking time off to make movies and
Jurassic World,
getting all cut. He's in Jurassic. Man,
yeah,
guy is on fire.
I know.
That guy is on fire.
I mean, he kind of deserves it. He's
great. I think he's fantastic. He actually stole a role from me one time. That jerk.
What one?
He stole it from you. Like you
stole it
and
out
he took it away from you.
Well, I've had that.
Andy from Parks and Recreation.
I've had that happen to me before too, and that's a shoot, brother. No, he got a. I don't know why I'm saying it like this. Chris
I don't know why you're laughing at all your own jokes, but
yeah, I know. It's so
There's so many mysteries here.
You're the only one.
Sorry, I was just thinking of something.
We do.
That I was going to say.
We do have
he got a role in Jennifer's Body that I auditioned for. The Diablo Cody classic.
Academy Award winning.
Starring
Jennifer's Body.
Transformers and Ninja Turtles own, and This Is 40's own Megan Fox. Friend of the show. Sorry. I swear I'm not on anything this week, folks, as I wasn't last week. What? Am I incriminating myself by saying my doth protesting too much again?
A little bit.
A little bit? Not too much, then.
it.
You doth protest a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. That's just how I roll. San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, what are some other stories coming out of that? They had that giant cool poster that I want to have someone commission, the mural for my bedroom wall of the Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron.
Right. You don't think Thor looks weird in that? I looked at that and it's just like, sometimes in drawings and things you look and you're like, that guy's torso is like at least 1.5 times the length it should be. And he looks kind of weird in that one.
Yeah, he looks kind of girly. That's an inside. That's a comic book reference, folks.
Right, yeah. For a comic book that almost certainly hasn't come out yet. They also did footage. They released footage of Avengers 2.
A of O? A of U?
Yes.
Age of
A of U.
A of Ultron, as they would say in California. I didn't see it. How did it look? Real crappy,
online.
I'm sure.
It's not online. I just read like what it was essentially.
It's a sequel to
but people liked it.
It's a sequel to a movie that grossed like $80 billion. So, do we know the budget on this one? Actually, do we know how much they're spending on it? Probably not much more than they have to, really.
Right.
You're
right.
Whatever, you know.
That would be I don't know.
They're spending
That's the point of having a budget, is it not?
They're going to spend at least $1 million on this movie for sure.
At least $1 million. At least $1 million.
I guarantee you they're going to spend $1 million on this movie.
Well, at least $1 million on
Robert
catering.
Downey Jr.'s salary alone.
He's making more than $1 million, I think, on this movie.
Well, no, there's just something that happened when he made the first Iron Man movie, something in his contract where, by the time the Avengers came out, I think he made like $75 million off Avengers.
Judas Priest.
Dollars, $75 million. It's something like that. I don't know, but there was some sort of back-end deal that came into effect when he made a certain number of sequels, and I think he just happened to hit that.
Well, that's probably why he's game for Iron Man 4.
Why wouldn't you be? Someone's just putting piles of money at your doorstep. So,
and it's not that much work for him either, considering that he doesn't have to be in the suit.
You're right. Actually, you're right. That's the sweetest deal in the history of movies, except for maybe Spider-Man. Because it's like you play the guy, and you're like, oh, yes, I'm Tony Stark. And then you play Iron Man, and then you're in a booth voicing more, and be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm Iron Man.
Like, you would work like a day as actually Iron Man, probably.
Well, more than a day.
More than a day, I know. If you're
Iron
Spider-Man...
Man sounds like Gary Shandling, by the way. I don't know if you meant to do that, but...
Which is interesting, considering he was in the...
He was in Iron Man 2.
Second. And also Captain America
2. Yes, I was just about to say that. Matt interrupted me.
Sorry, man.
Yes, Gary Shandling. I think they took the Larry Sanders Show off of Netflix, which I'm gonna.
I don't remember it ever being on there. I wish it was.
Oh, it was, and I watched a bit, and like most things on Netflix, I'm like, oh, finish this later, and then they take it off.
Hey shows. Now,
I wish I could spend more money for that service. Oh, it's hilarious.
Love that show.
It's a funny show. It's a show before its time. So Gary Shandling in Iron Man 2 and Captain America 2. What else happened? They showed the Wonder Woman costume from Spider-Man versus Batman. Yep, that's the new Marvel DC crossover. No, the Superman v Batman Dawn of Justice. Is that the order it happened? Superman v Batman, or do I have it backwards? Yes. Is Superman v Batman? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not alphabetical.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Superman v Batman. Dawn of Justice. They unveiled Wonder Woman, and I'm pretty sure Jason Momoa signed on to do that movie, or is he signed on for a sequel to be?
What role is he supposed to be?
Aquaman.
I think
sequel.
I really don't know. I just assumed they wouldn't also try to fit him in there.
He's gonna be Aquaman.
Aquaman. You're looking like Aquaman. I say it like the Bare Naked Ladies.
I am going to look it up.
I did not know he was in that movie.
What else has he been in?
What else can you possibly think of about Aquaman being in a movie than friggin' Entourage?
Entourage, yeah, exactly. It's got to be Vinny Chase.
Oh, no, apparently he's supposed to be in this movie.
Okay.
Momoa is? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I think, you know what?
He's
I think,
number one billed on IMDb.
So I think Momoa. So Momoa actually just did a WWE film called Road to Paloma, which he also
does a big bag of crap.
which he also directed. So it's double his fault then. If
Oh, is
you
that why? Is that why
star
what's her face was in there?
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, that's entirely why. Oh, the woman. I should not look at Netflix while I'm podcasting. Sorry, I'm looking at all these
No, you
movies
shouldn't.
I want to see.
You tend to trail off in your sentences.
Do I trail? Didn't know they had Woman in Black on here. Anyway, sorry.
Well,
yeah, I'm.
The movie actually kind of freaked me out, but I
Woman
mean,
in
all
Black?
horror movies freak me out. So
Well, not all. Well, there's different types of horror movies, right? I mean, you got like the slashers, which are just kind of good for teenagers. I remember getting in a room with a bunch of like my friends in like junior high or high school and watching like Scream or like Bride of Chucky. And we're like, oh wow, it's blood. Oh man, just freaking out because we were told it's supposed to be scary, and really they're not.
not at all. No,
All that frightening. But the new
Scream
thing now,
probably a bad example, but even like the Friday the 13th or anything.
No,
like
you're
that.
right. You're right. Yeah. Friday the 13th or Nightmare's a little bit different because that's a little bit more supernatural.
Yeah.
Halloween, I think I'd put it up with a slasher. I mean, that's what Scream was sending up to. It was a send up to like those types of movies, and it was like almost satire. It was clever. If you look at it that way.
Do you guys have favorite horror movies?
That's a good question, and I can think of one guy who we've classified as friend of the show, who would shout out about 15 different titles right now. He's the horror
Wes Craven
expert, Wes Craven,
friend of the
show.
Wes Craven.
Yeah, he was so funny.
I wish he's
Why
probably
it's
got a lot of money.
And Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. He was great. Favorite horror movie? That's a hard one to gauge. I mean,
Mine's like the absolute like most standard answer you could possibly think of.
were you gonna say Jaws?
No. Although I love Jaws, but that movie I don't find that movie scary. But The Shining,
Yeah.
yeah, I love The Shining. But I don't know. I don't know if I have like a go-to classic.
It's a toughie
because it's hard. I don't know.
I think
I
Shining's
won't
fine.
say anything, otherwise Ian won't talk to me anymore. Just like some of the older ones, they don't age very well. So unless you saw them when you were younger, it's hard to appreciate them now. Just purely on even like effects or anything like that.
Except for Exorcist, which I still will stay away from for a long time. I will probably never see it. Well, I will see that movie at some point, but just hearing the title, without even seeing it, just hearing the title freaks me out.
You know what was kind of, and this isn't like in terms of by far not the best horror movie or anything like that, but I thought The Strangers was a new take on kind of the slasher thing.
Mm-hmm.
A little
what
bit
is
more
that?
freaky. The Strangers, like people just show up, like these people go to a house or they're renting a house or something like that, and people just show up at their door. And they're like, "Hi, is Steven there?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Okay." And then they just like start coming at them, like wearing creepy masks and stuff like that. Basically, just messing with the people in the house. And
Yeah,
Did that come out
trying to
last
kill
year?
them. No, it was probably 4 years ago now.
Yeah, it's a couple years ago. It's on the Flicks.
Who's in it?
Apostrophe
Liv
Flicks.
Tyler and Scott Speedman. That's not a
Speedman,
person.
yeah. No, yes, he is.
Okay, and actually last year the Conjuring was actually really really good.
Yeah, see, I
I
had
heard
that on
really
my
good things about
PVR,
that.
and then I didn't. I took so long watching it, my PVR deleted it. I want to say something about Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler. Little Lord of the Rings trivia that everybody knows that Scott Speedman was originally supposed to play Aragorn, and
Aragorn, you mean?
that's what I said.
Aragorn's a book about
book,
dragons,
yeah, about
that a
dragons,
14-year-old wrote.
Scott Speedman was?
Scott Speedman was supposed to play Aragorn, and
I thought Stuart Townsend was.
I
Didn't
don't
he
know.
come out and he's like he's too young.
You might actually be right about that.
Yeah, it's definitely not Scott Speedman. I would bet dollars to donuts. I'll put my dollars
Okay,
up.
what is that?
against
Okay,
your donuts.
explain that expression. Oh, yeah, Stuart Townsend. Yeah, he looks like he'd be more. Interesting thing about Scott Speedman is that actually he's not Stuart Townsend. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of
I thought you were
people
going to say he
think,
wasn't that fast.
think
no,
Scott
a lot of people.
Speedman is no, he's not Canadian, is he?
Speedman is, yeah, he's
weird.
from Toronto.
Okay.
And that's all I'll say about that. Besides my egregious
So you're
error,
gonna- can you
I can think of
withdraw
one
your
friend of the
trivia,
show
please?
who won't listen to anybody. You want what trivia?
I want
Withdraw?
the trivia you stated withdrawn.
So you want me to recant my trivia? Is what you want?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do
Yes,
that. I'm not going to.
recant it.
I'm not going to do
Please
that.
recant it.
I'm not going to do that. I will not, sir. under penalty of death. What?
Wow.
I will not do that. And it
Prison
is
Rules
Aragorn.
podcasting. That's actually you get up for a huge role in a trilogy, and then you get there, you're like, yeah, I'm ready. They're like, all right. Actually, you look so young. You're fired.
Yeah, and then he goes on to do League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and he's worked in lots of stuff since then. But man, that's a real kick in the tuchus.
I don't recognize him at all.
Scott
By
Speedman
name or anything. Yeah,
Scott Speedman. He was in a couple
Biker
of
Boys?
different Canadian movies. Yeah, sure.
No, he wasn't in that. I don't know.
With a Z?
Things people were in.
Biker Boys with a Z.
Oh,
It looks like I've seen nothing he was ever in. So that makes sense.
Just announced at
maybe Goosebumps
Comic-Con, Biker Boys 2 announced at Comic-Con. So everybody get a look out for that. They're back and they're biker than ever before. That's the tagline. I don't know. I had to make that up. That's a real thing. What else happened at Comic-Con? Any comics get discussed? I don't even know there's like comic panels there anymore.
I think there
I've
must
never
be
been
some,
there
but
before
it almost seems disingenuous to call it Comic-Con anymore. There should be a
This should be called like NerdCon, but it'll never.
the popular thing event.
I mean, all the movies are based on comics, or all the shows are based on comics that I'm looking at, really. So, and they'll never change the name. Just call it Comic-Con.
I believe Matt's never seen Felicity.
Felicity Huffman in
No.
what's
No,
that?
Felicity, the television program
the
that
program.
Scott Speedman was a part of, and he's never seen it. It's unbelievable to me. All right.
Yeah, sorry. That's just
Classic television.
Speaking of Felicity,
Oh, I knew you were going to do this transition.
well, why? Because I beat you to it, didn't I?
Well, yes.
Yes, I did.
Just by
Okay, well, to be fair, I set it up perfectly, so let's all settle down on who thought of it first.
Will,
The
I
guy
want you to
setting it up.
land this.
It's a
I want
group.
you to land this.
It's a group effort. Speaking of Felicity, she was up to some monkey business recently in San
I thought you were
Francisco.
going to go with I thought you were going with the director of the movie, who is also created Felicity.
Oh well,
What? Really? I think this
All
was the
right.
more obvious choice.
yeah.
I mean, sure, it's more obvious. That's where I went, though.
screen.
He also did Cloverfield. Sorry, guys.
Oh, for 5-6. That's good stuff.
For 5-6, I've never heard that one before.
Well, you should have, because I've said it on the podcast before. Matt,
I don't listen to
Playing
this
the clip.
podcast.
Here we go.
play the clip. Oh, for 5-6.
Oh.
Wow, what is wrong with my voice back then?
Oh, God, I think you had a frog in your throat.
So you want to talk about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
I do,
Dawn of the
Brad,
Dead of the Planet
do.
of the Apes.
Dawn of the Rise of the Beneath the Conquest for the Planet of the
Battle of...
Apes. Battle of...
Yes.
The Dawn be the first one and Rise be the
Yes.
second one? That
They
bothers me immediately.
Yeah. They did, I mean, obviously they made Rise first. Because, like, Rise of the Planet of the Apes makes perfect sense for that movie. And
No,
Dawn
Dawn makes way more sense even for that one if you don't think you're going to make a
can't-
sequel.
Well, I mean, the title wasn't necessarily in their brains at the time.
Yeah, I mean...
You can go back and give them that idea.
You
But
try.
you're right. You're still right. You're still right.
Yeah, so Dawn of the Planet of the Apes recently came out.
We'll walk off this podcast.
And we've all seen it, right? So we can spoil it?
Alex, have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
folks, we're going to talk about Dawn
I
of the
think
Planet
this is
of
the
Apes.
first time I've ever seen a movie.
This is actually
discussing.
this is historic. For the first time on the Triple Threat podcast, every single member, all of us,
I've seen the film.
the three of us, have seen the same movie.
Wait,
and
did
if
we
you
go
guys
with
have,
Captain America?
We saw Captain America. We
you
also
didn't
Captain
see,
America.
I saw Captain America.
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
we talked about it.
When did-
You did.
Wait,
Yes.
no, I just know that Gary Shandling was on it because of IMDb. I didn't see the movie. What happened?
What was your
Is it
what was your viewing experience like, guys? How did you see this movie?
in a movie
Dawn of the
theater?
Planet with my eyes. What? What
it
kind
a
of question
big
is
movie
that?
theater? Was it AVX?
Mine was AVX. Yeah. Mine
Oh,
was
see, that's
AVX.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
we
not
have
interesting.
That
This is just a thing. Yes, you do. You have AVX. It was
here.
Empire
just,
Extra.
Just
but
Empire
it's-
Extra. Okay. So no, I didn't see it in AVX, and I also did not see it in 3D because I boycott 3D.
Yeah, I heard the 3D was especially egregious. And
I just hate
I
it.
seek it. I didn't see it specifically at Park Lane because Park Lane was always showing it in 3D. So I had
It
to
is
go
harder to
Bears
see a
Lake.
movie not in 3D than it is to see it in 3D. So yeah, I saw it in Bears Lake as well, Matt. So we probably saw it in the same.
in the same theater. Just didn't
Oh,
see
wow.
each other there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the left.
Next time you guys go to a movie and you're not sure if the other one's there, start screaming out each other's names at
I'll
the
do
top
that
of your lungs.
anyway. Like as soon as I sit down in the theater, I just go through like everybody I've ever met's names just to see if anyone else I know. is there.
Alphabetically, yeah. Aaron,
No,
Andre.
just as they come
Atticus.
off the top of my head. I've never met anyone named Atticus.
You haven't yet, but you might. So yes, Dawn of the
Beautiful way to look at the world, Will.
See,
The optimism.
open to possibility. An Atticus could occur in your lifetime, and you have no idea. You could be standing right behind you with a knife, ready to butter some bread for you. That's why he's got the knife. So, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, a very interesting movie that shows two halves of a warring factions, I suppose you would say.
Pseudo warring.
Pseudo warring, not yet warring. I mean, we come in. Okay, we're gonna spoil it, so we're gonna take about 10 minutes. So if you want to skip 10 minutes ahead and skip our Dawn of the Planet of the Apes spoiler, go right ahead. So clock starts now. We open up and the apes are harmonious since moving to the forest after the ape simian flu took over the world.
Almost too harmonious.
Almost too, yeah. Well, it's a movie, so if
Things are
anything-
going too well.
Well, yeah, and then later on, when things are going the best they possibly can, it
They're
immediately,
going fantastic.
yeah, which I loved. I was like, oh, something's gonna happen right away, and that's just that's movies for you, baby. But yeah, the apes are hanging out. Ape, no kill ape is their mantra, their motto. They speak in a sort of ape sign language with a bunch of looks, and right away, technically, you can tell that it's just about flawless as far as the imagery goes of the apes and the performance of Mr. Andy Serkis. And I would love to see the curtain peeled back and see the behind the scenes of them all kind of, schlepping around in their
I've seen some pictures and it's remarkable. It's just like him wearing this suit with like a rig on a horse walking around. It's just like it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's the best type of typecasting as well,
Because he can have work forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's going to be in the new Star Wars movie, this guy.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he Jar Jar?
As untitled character. Well, hopefully.
Is he JJB?
JJB.
JJA's bringing back JJB.
And then we'll
I'm
JJ
the first
see
person to
it
ever think
in
of that. I'm a
2015.
genius.
You are the smartest man alive.
Just see it.
You're so smart you listen to this podcast on a Monday. So Andy Serkis is going to be the new Star Wars. He's obviously he's going to be some sort of creature.
I mean, not
Some sort
that
of
obviously.
creature.
He was in The
saying
Prestige as
very
a
good.
walking around person.
Well, he can be a
He was
living,
in
breathing
King Kong
man.
as the chef and only the chef.
Did he not do any mocap for that movie?
No, he did.
Yeah,
King
he was
Kong,
He was Kong.
Okay.
which
Sorry.
actually is getting a
They
sequel.
were making a second King Kong.
Comic-Con.
Is it a sequel or is it related to that movie? Or is
All
it
I know
just
is that they're
using King
making
Kong?
another one.
And they're going to make another Godzilla too. But let's keep it on Planet of the Apes because we only have about 8 minutes left.
Why
to
start
just
now?
talk about this.
So everything goes to hell.
So yeah,
Gary Oldman blows up.
Well, that's not the
Okay, wow, you went way far ahead.
Well, we don't
Well, I
need to
guess-
review the movie because if anyone's
Actually, you
listening
know
to
what?
this,
Yeah,
they
otherwise
already
we're
seen
just-
that movie.
we don't
Why don't
need
we
to
tell them
give
how
us
we
Otherwise,
found
synopsis.
this?
we're just telling the story. We're just like,
Okay.
it's like and then the apes.
You know what? Now let me take this over. So,
Okay.
open shot.
Yeah,
Comes
open
down.
shot.
I
Yeah.
think it's like a tree, or maybe it's the sky, or
Yeah.
like a city, or some sort. And then there's this guy
Nope, you're already
on
wrong.
a
There's no
bike,
guys
or
in
there's
it.
a car
That seems wrong.
of a van, and I don't remember the movie that well, to be honest with you.
The whole thing, especially from the onset, had a very Walking Dead vibe to me, where you have a group of
Yes.
survivors. Only this time they can kind of negotiate with the walkers, so to speak, which is obviously different than the show. Especially since they cast this dude who was in a couple episodes of Walking Dead. I forget his name. I think it's Carver is the name of the character in the movie, something like that.
Was he the really annoying one?
Yeah,
Yep.
the dumb one who's always shoot first, ask questions,
Oh my
never.
gosh, I
and
hated
you're
that guy.
stupid.
Yeah,
I was so
hate
excited when he
characters
died.
like that. I know, but not even like it. Just ugh.
He's too he's too unbelievable. He's
Yeah,
too
yeah.
unbelievable. I
It's
get
too
that he
much,
doesn't
yeah.
like apes, but like, come on. I always hate the one doubting kind of character. Like, you guys do your thing. Obviously, Jason Clarke and them are all good, and Felicity, they're all the good guys. And this
Kerry
guy, one
Russell.
guy, this one guy wants to muck it all up for everybody. I mean, sure, he's just there to throw the whole thing into chaos, and that as an audience member. But I was not a fan of him at all. And
There's
I wasn't a
more
fan of him
elegant
on The
ways to
Walking
do that.
Dead either. Like, he's a good actor.
No.
He's a fine actor. But I just, like, as soon as I saw his face, I didn't like him. You know what I mean? He's sitting there around the fire. He's like, yeah, well, your wife's dead. It's like, what?
Well,
Who says that? Like, why?
have-
And that's the thing that drives me nuts on The Walking Dead, too. It's like, okay, we're all people and we're humans and we know everything's pretty stressful right now, but let's all band together. Sure. But we're taking this for our group of people. Here's a gun.
I can't even watch that show. I haven't been able to watch that show and enjoy it in a long time.
It's getting a little repetitive.
It's brutal.
But
the big part of it is, do I care about any character? No. Then why do I care if anyone dies? I don't.
There you go.
What about Carl?
Anyway, sorry.
I don't want Carl to die.
Yeah.
So in this movie, they want the dam. They want the dam.
And it makes
they want
sense.
energy.
The humans have very good motivation. Like, I keep wondering, like,
Yeah.
why would they have to go face the apes in the woods? But yeah, very good reason, very good motivation
pretty
to go in
brilliant.
To be
there.
fair, they didn't know the apes were there until they went to go to the dam and then came
Yeah,
across.
and then
What did
Jason
they
Clarke
think?
tries.
They
to,
had an
you know,
idea that there are apes around, though, right?
Yeah, sure, but like, you know, if you need something and there's a danger, you know, if you go to the woods and you think there's bears or something, you're like, yeah, but maybe there's no bears in this part of the woods. I don't know. We have to risk it, obviously. And
That's fair.
you know, the apes are obviously very territorial, but the humans need the dam. And Jason Clarke, very sensible character, a very likable guy, gets there and kind of finds a way to negotiate with Caesar. Koba's not a fan. We only have 3 minutes left, by the way, or 4 minutes left. Koba's not a fan. Let's talk about Koba. What a jerk. Screw that guy.
I was a little bit surprised by what happened with him. I mean, I didn't expect for him to turn. And he did. It was good. I thought he did a very good job with that.
Yeah, I mean, he was loyal to Caesar, and their trust kind of breaks apart. I mean, that's what the apes are all about, is trust and bond, and you know, all they have is each other. Ape, no kill ape. They're all buddies. And Koba eventually goes crazy and becomes, you know, he's the ugliest dude, so obviously the most evil ape. And later on in the movie, he does something very dark. Good God.
What does he do?
When he throws Ash off that balcony.
Oh, right. Yeah. Gosh. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even talking. I was talking about going before that. He sparks the whole friggin' international incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he shoots Caesar. And I don't think Caesar
And
was
then
going to
claims
go
that
to
the humans do it.
Did you guys think Caesar died?
No.
Yes.
Oh, well,
I was like, oh, he's dead. Okay.
You know what? I
That's terrible.
did, and then the thought occurred to me later. I'm like, still a lot of movie left. I don't think he is dead, just because he wasn't like gunshots in movies
turned
are
there,
weird.
too.
Gunshots in movies are very convenient. If you want a character to die right away, like a henchman, you can shoot him anywhere. Like, shoot him in the finger, and he's dead. But if you shoot like a main character, it's like a main event in a wrestling match. Like, you can take 19 different finishers and still survive. But if it was like a Monday Night Raw match, one finisher and they're dead. You know what I mean?
Why didn't you just shoot him in the face?
What if he shot me in the face? That's just
Also-
a risk we're willing to take.
Appropriately, Caesar was betrayed by someone.
Yes, he was. He should
Who?
Right?
He should have said A2 Koba.
Yeah, exactly.
yes.
He should have
There we
said
go.
that.
Yeah.
But
I
when I saw him, I realized there was a lot of movie left, and also he shot him, but he can probably survive that. Maybe it was like it just missed your heart by inches, you know, that kind of thing. And
it was
he
weird
also
how the
brushed
turn that
the
came.
trees. He brushed the trees on the way down. He didn't fall straight down. He kind of brushed off the branches. That would have stabilized his fall. That was my reason for him
Yeah.
surviving.
And then where he would have landed, I don't remember where it was, but short of it being a rock, he'd be okay.
Yeah, if he was off a cliff or something. You know, this was the end of. Never mind, I can't spoil that movie because you guys didn't see it yet.
What movie?
Hercules. If it was Hercules, it'd be a different story.
Oh, I'm not going to see that movie anyway.
Oh, you should see it. It's awesome. Rock is in it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Apologies. So, so now that we've discussed every single plot point in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, yeah, it was good.
Hold on, there's one thing at the end. There's something at the end I wanted to get to, though.
Yes, okay. Well, let's talk about that.
Okay, so at the end of the movie, I think they do a very good job.
I think
of
I
it.
know where you're going with this, Matt, but we'll
I
find out.
really hope so. So Jason Clarke encounters the humans. They're like, "Hey guys, we're gonna blow up this building. All the apes are on it. We're gonna take them down forever."
Yeah, Gary
Todd
Oldman,
from
who turns
Wedding
out to be
Crashers
the
and
bad
Gary
guy.
Yeah. So there's it's a really good scene. Like, it's really good. There's actually a very funny moment where Gary Oldman swears at him. It's just it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's like where he walks up to him, he's like, "Hey," and the gun's lying beside him. Jason Clarke just picks it up and just starts walking away. It's mine now.
Yeah.
And so he says, like, we're going to press this. The C4 is all set up. We're going to bring the building down. And I was like, okay,
Let's
this movie
do
is this movie is telling me that if that button gets pressed, the building comes down. I understand that.
Yep.
The button gets pressed.
Yep.
Huge explosion.
Yep.
And the building
And Alex, what happens?
And nothing, like a few things fall over, and the building is still 100% intact, and they never talk about it ever again.
Yeah.
Like, I expected, I was like, okay, it didn't
It's like
fully
they never.
go.
I
Maybe
was driving me nuts during the kind of like climactic scene that was going on at the same time, and they just, I'll press this button. All the apes are in the tower, and then the tower will fall down. Good, get it all set up. Boom, shoot. Like nothing. They don't ever go back.
And when you're in a movie, like, I mean, I guess you could kind of logic it away and just be like, oh, well, they just thought wrong. But like, if you're in a movie and you say like, if I do, A, B happens. Yeah. It's like, well, B kind of has to happen, or else, you've lost me a little bit.
Well, yeah, but do they establish?
That's a good place to lose.
Do they establish anybody as a demolitions expert?
Well,
no, exactly. It's just like you or I doing it. I can say. It's like they called his bluff. It's like, oh, this building comes down, all the apes are gonna die.
And they didn't call his bluff. No one knew what was happening except the guys down there.
And everybody except Jason Clarke ended up dead after that too. So it's not like they won anything.
Yeah, but they see Jason Clarke dove to the left slightly.
Yes.
So the 1,300 pounds of C4 didn't hurt him because he
got it out of the way.
Dove to the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's no way that would have hit him.
I'm glad that bugged you
because he dove to the left slightly.
So there we go. Those are 10 minutes on Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. What would you guys give it out of 12?
Matt?
I think I gave it like an 8 or something.
8 out of 12? Okay.
Sorry, not out of 12. Gosh.
I said
okay.
out of
8
12.
Out of 10. I know. Okay, I guess this is dumb. Whatever. I don't know. I wrote down a rating. I have a
You
website
wrote it down.
No, I have a. I guess we're with Letterboxd.
Letterboxd? What is that?
No, okay. It's the word letterbox and the letter D. And so it's a website that you catalog all the movies that you've seen. You can rate them all the way through. And so it kind of gives you an idea of what you want.
Yeah, I do that too. It's called my brain, and I remember stuff.
But it's cool because I can go through and be like, oh, I saw this many movies this month.
It's going to soften your memory. It'll make you
I don't want to know
dumber.
how many movies I saw. I got.
I enjoy it. Anyway,
I've seen 7 movies in my
So I think I gave
life.
it like 4 stars, which is equivalent of 8 out of 10. I think I don't have it in front of me necessarily.
Is it 4 out of 5 stars?
Yes. You can
So
also
that
do
would
half
be a
stars
10 out
to
of
rate
12.
for.
That'd be a 10 out of 12.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Nope, because that's 5.6. 5.6 is not the same as 4.6. Okay, what do you guys think of it?
Yeah, I gave it a 10 out of 12. Yeah, it was just an entertaining flick, and had a very interesting act structure that I found bugged me in Spider-Man, but it worked to this film's advantage. So I like to see where they go from here, and good stuff. Alex,
Like a 7.5.
7.5 out of 12. Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, is that not what you asked for?
That's what I asked for, but Matt screwed it up. I don't know if is this.
No,
hello,
but I mean, Matt screwed it up.
McFly?
But I know what I'm doing.
I'm going to say that you screwed it up by saying that. To begin with, that is just.
Look, I'm doing something different.
I didn't
Okay?
touch a
I'm
human.
trying to change.
I will say, I really didn't like it
world.
as much as you guys did. I preferred the first one.
You prefer the first one?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
fine. This is more action.
I might have preferred the first one too.
This is more of an action.
They're on
flick.
horses. I was just like, oh, they tamed horses already? Really? All right.
No, they got pre-tamed horses.
Oh, and the horses were just like, yeah, this.
Well, they got
this
some
is
cops'
fine.
horses, I'm sure.
There was also something in the commercial that spoiled it for me too, and I'm not a fan. Actually, just seeing a Hercules commercial recently, it's like, wow, they. Spoiler alert! They showed the end of the movie. I'm like,
The
what?
Hydra part?
No, not the Hydra part. It was something different. I won't say what it is, but it was like in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the last shot of the movie is in the commercial. Who does that?
Right.
That's so that bugged me so much.
I have a question.
Stupid.
I have a question for you guys. Since you've seen the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and you have a kind of an idea of where it's going, what would you say is probably going to be the title of the next movie?
I told Ian what the title was, but I can't say it on this show. First one was Rise, second one is Dawn, so the next one's going to be called "It's the Effin' Planet of the Apes."
It is current. I think it might be. It's the War for the Planet of the Apes.
War for the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, sure. We'll
Want
see.
to be like
who's
Fall
left.
of the Planet of the Apes or something like that.
or
I
not
mean, you're
quite
just
the
gonna
Planet
keep
of the
the
Apes.
storyline kind of going the way it's going, or are you going to switch it up Star Trek style?
I think it is pretty
keep going up.
I think it is pretty remarkable though that a remake of a 60s and 70s sci-fi series is topping box office numbers and all that stuff. So I think
Is that, are you talking about Star Trek? Because Planet of the Apes is obviously based off of the 2001 Tim Burton film.
Yes, my apologies. Starring the late MCD, Michael Clark Duncan. Rest in peace, buddy. We hardly knew you. Sorry, have we not talked about that in the show before, or have we? I don't know.
I think we have.
That's just such a
Okay,
weird
if you can play
metric.
the clip, if you can
The
play the
metric.
clip, if you can play the clip of me,
Matt,
us saying, "Rest in peace,
there a
Michael
clip?
Clark Duncan."
I mean, Will keeps saying, like, if you can play the clip, and it's pretty clear I'm never going to find a clip for these sorts of things.
Rest
I
in
mean,
peace, Mae West.
that
Story
shows-
here
That
about
shows your commitment to the show, Matt.
rest in
people
peace,
want- people want
Socrates.
In other
Why did you
entertainment,
drink that hemlock, Socrates?
in other entertainment news, Daniel Bryan may have a broken neck, but one thing he doesn't have is a burglary problem anymore. As on Thursday night in Phoenix, Arizona, he chased down a burglar and put him in a rear naked chokehold until the police arrived. That's a shoot. If you haven't heard about it, you can go on Twitter and find this out, or Google. And apparently, I didn't know that police did this. They had a press conference after with Daniel Bryan let's pull back the curtain here for a second. Bryan Danielson, Brianna Danielson, and their dog Josie.
Gordon Stevens.
Did you hear that someone asked him if Triple H did it? If Triple H was responsible?
No, I just kind of saw a part where he was talking about how he had some stuff
He's
for
a terrible
his dad.
journalist.
Must have been some
Terrible
sort
reporter.
of
He laughed it off anyway.
smart.
so
Yeah,
it's
of course
good.
he would have. But that's kind of a funny story, and you hear that from time to time. There was another one with like a wrestler. I think it was Davari was on like a train and stopped a robbery or something. But this is a funny story to me. And Daniel Bryan actually committed a bit of a word crime when he stated that it took literally zero effort to chase the guy down. That's
I'm trying to think how that would work.
funny
If
to
maybe if the guy was in his home and he like tripped over something, and then all he had to do was like
And then
fall
Daniel-
over
and
on
then
top of him or
and then
something.
he tripped over the exact same thing, fell on top, just like, okay, well, just lie here while the police arrive. I thought that was interesting story for the week there. That is wacky stuff. What else happened, guys?
So you pulled out your Johnny Carson impression for some reason.
Thank you.
Just for the record, there's two definitions of literally, and the second one is in effect or virtually. So the
What? How can the
Literally,
second definition of
They
literally be
just
virtually?
did that, and that's not acceptable.
I know. It's absolutely not acceptable. But now the official definition of literally takes on the meaning of figuratively as well,
Which
or virtually or whatever. So
What?
so
it
its
says-
definition is also its opposite.
yes,
Is that
I
from
guess it's the same thing with bad.
UrbanDictionary.com? What is that?
that's Merriam-Webster.
Never heard of her.
.org.
Never heard of
.biz.
her before.
Dot
You ever-
edu.
Okay, I'm going to address Miriam myself. Miriam, what are you doing, man? Figure it out.
What about Webster?
Don't put.
What you talking about?
Merriam-Webster's one person, right? That's Merriam-Webster's first and last name. Pretty obvious.
Sure.
Pretty obvious. Good God, man.
Just like Roger's Thesaurus. That's the guy's name.
The source.
No, his name is Roger's. It's his first name. His last name is Thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Oh, Roger.
If you have a
Rogers
list,
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus, if the
Just
Thesaurus
ask the
is
American
a bad
Dream.
word to say. Just ask the guy with the list on this podcast.
I wonder what American Dream Dusty Rhodes would say about that.
I don't know.
I
Let's find
wonder.
out.
Let's move on. So
I'm
Wall
just
Street.
thinking out loud. I'm not going to do
We'll say Roger's Thesaurus like Dusty Rhodes. I just want to hear it.
it. You want to hear
Get
it?
into- Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Roger's Thesaurus, baby.
God.
Okay, guys, I have a question for you
Good
guys.
thing I got this popper stopper. Yes, Matt. What
Slightly related to Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
No
So-
spoilers, though. We already talked about it. We already had it 10 minutes.
Don't worry about it. This
I
is
gave it a
before
10
the
out of
movie.
12.
So
Okay,
before the movie,
yeah,
there
you
was-
find your seat at the theater and you sit down and you make
Sitting
sure
down.
your tickets are the right ones. We're F7. Are you F? Okay, and you find
I
you
wasn't
sit down,
in AVX.
and then
I
you
told
sit
you.
down,
didn't
you
have
grab
to
your
do that.
seat, and then the preview might
don't
start.
grab my seat. I'd sit
actually,
down
maybe
in
I
my
should.
seat.
I should probably.
Okay, this is
I
the
should probably
previews.
go pee before the pre. Yeah, okay. I'll sit here.
this is
Okay,
the-
watch my coat. Watch my coat. Okay. Do you want anything from the? I get popcorn. No, I'm good. Actually, you know what? Can I get a? No, never mind. And you go to the bathroom. You come back. And you,
Okay, it was
you
during
miss
the preview. Stop
That's
talking.
basically a Dane Cook bit right there. But
No, it's not. It's similar, but it's different.
Bring your jacket. I know. That's what I said basically. You know what? That was literally a Dane Cook bit.
Oh boy.
What in the movie theater? Yeah, but it was different though because he goes.
No,
into
it was
the thing.
literally.
It was figuratively. Oh, okay. I see what you're
you see what I did there?
Oh,
That's
you
a
the
callback.
Thoeth, baby. Yeah, you're
That's
trying
a
to pull one over
callback.
on the American dream dusty road because it ain't that bright, baby. Well, let me tell you something right now, Ric Flair. I'll tell you something right now, baby. We're going to meet at the Dallas Sportatorium this weekend.
Sportatorium.
That's a real place.
Yeah, I believe you.
It's a world famous.
A terribly named place.
Sportatorium. There's a couple different sportatoriums. There's one. Anyway, Matt, what were you going to say?
Nothing related to this. So before the movie, there was a preview for what I assume would be like a live broadcast of one of the Monty Python shows that was
Monty
being
Python
done
almost live. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so there's a preview for that, and I was with my friend George, and I said to him like, man, like Monty Python's good, and like I like it, but it's almost hard to enjoy because there are so many people who love it and like they live and die for Monty Python. It's the funniest thing that ever happened, and and I was wondering. I said to him, I was like, is there anything that has like too much cultural baggage for you to actually enjoy? Is there anything like that where you want to like it, but like the fandom for it is so immense it's almost difficult? And one of the first things that came to his mind was that he likes some of the Beatles songs, but he feels like he's not allowed to just like the Beatles. Like, he can't just be like, oh, I like some of their songs, because it's like people just believe the Beatles are the greatest and that's it, and not acceptable. So I'm wondering if there's anything for you guys where there's you like it, but there's almost like it's hard to like it with so much super fandom, with so much, as I said, cultural baggage. I'm wondering if there's anything like that for you.
Not really, because the stuff I like is loved immensely. Like, for example, Star Wars is quite very much hugely popular, but that's almost what I like about it, is that it's so popular. And there are things I enjoy that are obviously less so, but I'm not really frightened of cultural baggage. I've never heard of this phenomenon before. Ask your friend George. By the way, never heard of him. Ask your friend George if he's listened to...
Not a real person.
Not a real person. Doesn't matter to me. Ask your friend George if he's listened to Revolver or Rubber Soul all the way
See, you're
through.
kind of proving my point right now.
What?
You're exactly
Being
What?
a bit of a douchebag.
What? I'm not.
You're being a bit of a douchebag.
Okay,
You're saying
I'll
you
tell
like
something.
some of it, as you're saying, well, have you listened to this?
No, it's an honest question, though. I'm not trying to burden him with anything. I'm trying to open his mind up to what people enjoy. I want to. It's something that you want to share. It's like, honestly, when I hear people haven't seen Star Wars, I'm like, I used to freak out, and now I'm on meds, so I'm not on any right now, though. I swear. But I used to.
Matt, we're going
But
to fly there and have like an intervention. or
Yeah, I
something.
think so.
Next week, podcast intervention, but not this week, man. Can't take away my stuff. Almost became Nick Cage there.
Yeah, it was very close.
It doesn't matter. I mean, really, it's like Monty Python, and I enjoy Python immensely, and I have enjoyed the documentary I watched on it. Increased my
He was the
enjoyment
wrong person to
tenfold.
ask this question too, Matt.
Well, sorry. Okay,
You
go
can
to
go
your
to
other
the time,
podcast
Alex.
then. Why don't you ask them? Huh?
Oh yeah, the Double Threat podcast that Matt and I do when you're not.
Wait
We
a
do
minute.
that. We do that as a
What
side
are you
gig.
talking about? What are you guys talking about? It comes out on
My
Tuesdays.
one man show, the Single Threat
Yeah,
podcast.
Hey folks, it's like hey everybody, welcome to the Single Threat podcast.
I don't know how they like. I listened to a couple one man podcasts. I don't know how they do it.
Apparently, very easily.
I know.
Sir.
This is 'cause I know.
Okay, so I used to
no.
freak out when people
No,
said
no.
they didn't like Star Wars or they haven't seen Star Wars, but now it's like, honestly, it's just a movie, and I would very much like to show it to them and be the guy to present that to them. But
It is weird
at
if
the
they
same
haven't
time,
seen it.
It is weird. Yeah, it's weird. If you haven't seen it, it's like
Sort
if
of
you haven't
being a
seen-
baby.
If you haven't seen Star Wars, you might as well listen to this podcast on a Tuesday because you're an idiot. You're a very dumb person. So if you haven't seen Star Wars, or if you haven't heard the Beatles' Revolver or Rubber Soul all the way through, you're so dumb. You're the dumbest man or woman or dog or cat alive. But no, I'm just trying to give him a reason to like it. It's like, why is this thing so popular? Well, have you heard this? No. Well, give it a try. It's not going to take any years
why is
off
this
your
popular.
life.
He's saying, I want to enjoy this, but I'm a bit limited because there are people who are such diehards.
How does that limit you, though? I don't understand how that limits you.
Because you can't be like, oh, I kind of like this band or something like that, because people say, oh, like, do you like this thing? It's like, well, no, I like them to a point, and people don't accept that. I'm just saying. I mean, you're proving my point.
What people don't accept that?
Have
though?
you seen this?
I'm very accepting. I'm accepting.
Another example of this for me, I would say, is a lot of comic books. I've read a few comic books, mostly like kind of like those almost like trade paperback ones that are mostly put together.
Mostly Family Circus is what you
mostly
read.
Family Circus, but otherwise it's kind of hard to get into them.
I laugh so hard when I watch
the Family Circus.
You watch Family
Fam
Circus?
Oh yeah.
Actually, just announced at Comic-Con, Fam Circ the movie. So there you go. Yeah.
It's gonna be called Fam Circ.
Yeah, it's gonna be a live crossover. It's gonna be called Fam Cirque du Soleil. So there you go.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's gonna be French and weird.
Oh god.
Aren't they doing a charity one called Oxfam Cirque du Soleil?
Oof, too soon. Too soon. For heaven's sake.
So, Alex, am I crazy? I mean, Will seems like I'm crazy.
So I don't have an example on par with what you were saying, but there's certain things that you want to maybe get into, and you're like, oh, there's way too much bag. I don't even know where to start.
I can give you another example.
Doctor Who is one where you're like, oh, it seems like something I may enjoy, but I don't even know where to start with it or whether or not I would enjoy it. And it hardly seems worth the effort now.
And you mean Inspector Spacetime. But
no. That's
I know what you mean.
What you're confusing is, your Inspector Spacetime is something from Community, kind of referencing Doctor Who.
Yeah,
However, the actual show I'm talking about,
I understand.
No. The actual show I'm talking about is Doctor
I understand.
Who.
Yeah.
Do you know the show Torchwood was an offshoot of Doctor Who, and all the letters from Torchwood are also in Doctor Who? That's a anagram. What's it called? Anagram?
It's called
mammogram.
Yeah, mammogram. I can give you an example. We were in Whistler this past weekend, and we were watching me and my bros, all friends of the show, by the way.
Where were your actual bros? I was not in Whistler.
You're on the show.
I was not there.
You guys could have come to Whistler, Matt, if you wanted to.
As far
got
as
my
I know of
invitation.
trips
I
to
don't know where
Whistler,
the invitation is.
I told you to
Whistler,
drive up there
hard,
when you're here.
It's very hard to get on the guest list for whatever this is.
Oh, it's a big deal. So we were there, and we were watching WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 3, and Zach and I, my roommate, we're just going off on wrestling. He's like, oh, if you like this, you love this, and this, and this, and this guy wanted to do this. And so I think perhaps I was maybe one of those people who made it hard for people to get into wrestling at that point. But I'd never been accused of that before, in relation to, say, Star Wars or the Beatles. I'm certainly not one of those people that jumps all over someone for not being a fan of something. I would never do that. Monty Python, by the way. If you enjoy Monty Python, you really should check out the documentary. It's great. And if you're not a fan, then you're stupid. But was that the point you were making, Matt? I'm not sure what you were getting at there.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys had similar moments of cultural baggage, that sort of thing. Or
no, I've never
encountering
that.
A high barrier of entry in terms of pop culture.
No, I've never experienced that.
Which you have never, and Alex has in a way.
In a way. What about you? Well, have you, Matt?
Yeah, the Monty Python.
He said.
That's my example. Then I said. Then I went on. I said comic books as well.
Yeah, but Monty Python
he
is
gave
like
me two examples.
Monty Python's like 40 years old now.
But people are ferocious still. Like people are
voraciously.
Ferocious. What are they biting? Are they biting your ankle and giving you rabies? Like, what do you mean ferocious?
Yeah, bro. The fandom, like people who like Monty Python, are huge Monty Python fans. So I guess what I'm saying, it's almost like, I was gonna say bell curve, but that's not the right thing either. It's like most people who are fans of Monty Python are diehards, I would say. And whereas I think there's other things, even wrestling. There are obviously diehard wrestling fans, some of which are on this podcast, and there are some who are just like, if they were in like, hey, come over, we're gonna watch Royal Rumble, they'd be like, oh, awesome. Is Shawn Michaels still there? He was cool when I was growing up. There's a lot more casual fans that way, and I feel like there aren't a lot of casual Monty Python fans. Anyway, this maybe is taking too much time. But point across.
We have a lot of good stuff to talk about this week.
Sorry, I shouldn't belabor it.
Did you guys see the box office numbers, though, from yesterday?
From Monty Python? How much did it make?
No, just for the whole weekend.
I know Lucy came in number 1.
How do they do the whole weekend on a Saturday? That drives me nuts.
It is Monday, though, so we
Projections.
know the exact numbers.
Right.
We have final numbers. It's Monday.
Okay.
Projos.
Would you? So Lucy won. Is that right?
Yeah, which I was very surprised to see.
Yeah, that is surprising.
44 million.
How far
and
behind was Hercules?
It made 29.
That's about
not
where they
great,
thought
though.
it would.
That's not
Is that
good.
really?
That's what they thought
if
it would land. Like, in the 20 to 30 mark. Yeah.
Okay. I thought
Yeah,
they wanted it
it
to
is.
be like a 50 to 70.
I'm sure they always wanted it to be 57.
I don't think people always want
I don't know. I don't know.
Shut up.
What?
Shut
up. It's okay. Well, then
shut your
enjoy your
mouth.
Double Thread podcast, you jerks.
Sure. All right.
And look for
I'm
the
still,
Single
man,
Thread
I'm
podcast
still
coming
stuck
up.
on this, like, things you can't get into. Because
That's fine, man.
Well, I'm saying, like,
I
you can
tried
get
it.
into.
I tried to change
So
the topic.
I'll give you my example, okay? I'll give you my
Cool.
example,
Okay,
and
perfect.
this is just in the last couple of years, and it is related to the Beatles. So, in the early 2000s, I became quite a big fan of Led Zeppelin, and I would say to this day, they're still my favorite band, just in terms of what they have done musically, and the legacy they left behind, their talent, the way they can make every song sound so different. So that's where I'll leave that before we get into the Led Zeppelin quiz coming up very, very soon. And then in 2009, Alex received the Beatles box set as a gift, and I borrowed the albums, and somehow they stayed on my computer. I'm not sure how. And we've known the Beatles from that album that our folks had. They had the Beatles 1 album, which is 27 number one hits of theirs. And it's a good look at their career. It's a good snapshot of their career. But the Beatles are owed more than that. And they are probably the most hyped band of all time. But if you take the time to listen to the albums and enjoy the musicianship and enjoy how the songs and the lyrics stick with you, then you'll kind of realize it and discover it on your own. Now, if you give it a listen and you're not as into it, good for you. But if you give it a listen and you just find yourself listening to them again and again and again, then there's something to that. And like they have some good songs, but they also have crafted some excellent albums. And if you only know the Beatles for their hits, there's hundreds of songs that you owe it to yourself to listen to, I think. And you do owe it to yourself to listen to, an album like Revolver, which doesn't have a whole lot of hits off it, or an album like Rubber Soul, which doesn't have a whole lot of hits off it, but the whole album is, in and of itself, is great. So I had friends that were obsessed with the Beatles. They were nuts for them. This is before I got really into them. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. They have some poppy whatever tunes. But then you discover kind of their evolution from pop to pot, really, is what they did. But I became quite a big fan myself, and I would say to this day I'm quite a big fan. It's the albums I listen to anytime I fly back home. I always listen to Let It Be on the SkyTrain. So it's my long-winded way of saying that if you are at all put off by something, give it a shot. Give it a try, and don't worry about the rabid fan base, and see for yourself if you enjoy it.
All right. You're put off by anything a little bit? Try it out?
Well, yeah. I mean, look at it. Like, if there's... No, really. I mean, if there's a movie you think you won't like, give it a shot. This is why I try not to...
The diehards, I guess, is one way to look at it.
Well, yeah. I mean... I try not to read like reviews of movies. I try not to check out Rotten Tomatoes unless I'm on the fence about something. Like, and if it turns out to be really
I
good,
very much check out Rotten Tomatoes. If it's something I'm going to see, I don't. But if something like, oh, is that good? And then I look, it's like, oh, it's got a 6%. I'm probably not going to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, I used to check it out all the time. I used to follow Tomato Meter like crazy. But now I'm just like, if I want to see a movie, then I want to see a movie. I try not to watch any trailers or ads, but those are almost impossible to avoid. And I try to just enjoy a movie and judge it on my own merits. Was I entertained? Did I enjoy it? Did I like the characters? Blah, blah. These things we base movies on. Like, I never knew. I'm not even sure now of what Hercules' Tomato Meter score is, or Dawn of the Planet of the Apes Tomato Meter score is. Like, it doesn't matter. To me, especially now that I have seen it, I can form my own opinion.
63% and 91%, respectively.
Okay, you're. Hercules is fresh. Oh, good for them.
Hercules is fresh, and Lucy is actually a 58, which is higher than I thought that would be. Just the premise of the movie, I'm immediately.
Yeah, but it's
for good reason.
What in the heck?
It's Luc Besson, though. Yeah, Morgan Freeman. We taught her to use 100% of her brain.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have done that.
There's a clip of, Frank Caliendo.
Yeah, reading
doing
LeBron's letter.
LeBron James letter as it's pretty funny, actually. And I'm not a huge or even a minor Caliendo fan, but I laughed at that. I had to guffaw. The guy's good at impressions. What can you say? I mean, some guys are just really good at them. He's one of them.
Does he say, and does he do? Yeah, your impressions are amazing. They sound like a lot like mine. Does he
Here's
still
a T-Rex.
do? Mom, didn't saw me in half again.
Nobody's good at everything, but everybody's good at something.
Something.
But what if you're not?
But what about the kid who said he was good? Here's a
do a
T-Rex
podcast?
noise. It's like, that's not, you don't know what a T-Rex
This guy
sounded like.
playing tuba bad on a bus. Like, what's he good at?
Actually, no, Matt, that
not
is
driving
a good
car
point.
or tubas.
He's basically the kid's just doing an impression of Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
because which
Maybe he'll be a Foley artist growing up. Actually,
which used
so
a real
things is sound effects.
Maybe he'll be like Michael Winslow from the Police Academy movies.
Oh yes, Michael Winslow,
I
the guy who's good at sound effects, and we all have known that his name forever.
We all knew his name the entire time.
I want to cycle back to something. Will, you said to give things a shot, and
I said give things a shot.
Yes, to give
peace a chance. You know what I mean? All I'm saying, give peace a chance.
I'm going to tell you guys the last two movies that I tried to watch on Netflix and turned off and see if it. I know one is going to bother Alex immensely.
Oh, no.
The first one was I tried to watch The Raid Redemption, and I lasted about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't really have a thought on those movies, so
Yeah, Ian will slaughter you for that, but keep going.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I really want it was a movie I really wanted to try to enjoy, and the second one is Attack the Block.
okay.
You really like that movie?
Alex,
I like it.
that.
I would say I really like it.
Does it make sense to you that I turn it off? Or is that dumb?
I mean, I wouldn't like. Yeah, I didn't know where you're going with that, so that wasn't really a huge. But
Okay, good.
yeah,
I thought you were a huge Attack the Block fan. You'd be like, "What do you mean? Oh my gosh!"
like, yeah. I mean, do I have Attack the Block? A couple Attack the Block tattoos? Yeah, but whatever.
but
How far into
they're
it
not
did you get?
they're not on visible areas though, so it's okay.
How far into it did you get?
15, 20 minutes, I think.
Nah, you gotta give it more time than that. That's a problem.
Yeah. What was it that turned you off? Okay, so what was it that turned you off both films?
Well, it's funny because The Raid Redemption, I was in the mood to be like, I want to see a movie where people just go around and shoot each other and kill each other, and I just
Wow, what is
don't
wrong
know.
with you? You're a psycho.
Yeah. Well, I knew that movie had exactly it in it, and I don't know, it didn't work for me. It wasn't the right day or something, but I've never gone back to it. I'm not really interested.
You should watch Crank High Voltage.
Oh yeah,
I do not want to see a Crank movie.
Oh, those are awesome.
So for Attack the Block, I think it's difficult to. It was difficult for me to get into it because the characters that are the focus of the movie, that gang of kids, I gave them enough time where I figured, okay, maybe they'll get likable at some point.
Oh yeah. I get that part.
And I never did.
So it's like Walking Dead for me. Like, I hope the aliens kill them. I don't care what happens right now.
Right.
I hope they all get eaten by walkers and the show just ends.
Do you guys ever see the movie The Host? The Korean monster movie?
No.
So,
I've heard about it, though.
After
Oh, you mean the one based off of the...
not
okay.
that one.
Stephanie Meyer, no?
Was Swearsy Ronan. Said her name wrong.
I don't know how to... Well, who knows? No one... She doesn't know how to pronounce
She doesn't know how to say. I'm called Swearsy. Oh, that's my name.
Is that how she talks?
No, Ian and I, after Whistler, we just kind of kept the party going. So we went back to his place and we started watching movies. This is what we watched in, I believe, this order. And the first, it doesn't matter. In Bruges. So happy I finally saw that movie.
God. Have you seen The Guard?
No, I'm going to have
Dude,
to now.
check out The Guard.
Gleason. Yeah.
Yeah, Gleason. And I think the guy who wrote In Bruges, his brother wrote The Guard.
Yeah, so
So
I got
it's a little
that'll
less,
have to check out.
A little less subtle, but it's really good.
Okay, so you got The Guard. I'm sorry. So we watched In Bruges.
Yeah.
Then we watched Fantastic Mr. Fox because I'm on a big Wes Anderson kick.
I did not like that movie.
Oh, I loved it.
I really didn't.
And I hated it.
Do you like Wes Anderson?
Nah, 50-50.
I unfortunately don't. I didn't like. What did I give a shot to? Rushmore. I tried to like that, and I didn't.
I like
it.
Rushmore.
So I was just done.
I like Royal Tenenbaums. Life Aquatic was different. But what was the most recent one?
The most recent one was Grand Budapest Hotel.
Sorry.
No. Then the
Moonrise
most,
Kingdom.
Moonrise? Are you out of your mind? That movie's beautiful. That movie's fine. All right, that you actually make me want to turn this off right now. So
I'm doing my Inception impression.
fantastic, Mr. Fox. And then I believe you watched.
Man, I hated Moonrise Kingdom.
You're out of your mind. And then we watched Tales from the Crypt, the 70s British version. Not the one with the crypt. No, not the one with the current crypt keeper. The one from Britain in the 1970s.
No way, that's current.
Yeah, the Crypt Keepers. Current is all F. Yeah, while Comic-Con they released another Crypt Keeper movie. They announced it, and then because it was based on a comic book series from the 30s.
If he was an NXT wrestler, his name would be Creeper Crypt.
Creeper Crypt.
Keeper Crypt.
And then we watched The Road Warrior, Mad Max 2, the Mel Gibson movie, and then we watched The Host. So we watched those 5 movies from about 5 to about 3 in the morning, and I finished all of them. Ton Sarnet, but. Yeah. Anyway, we'll wrap this P up.
Did you like those ones? They're all pretty good.
Podcasts. Yeah, they're all good flicks.
Alex, really quick, why didn't you like Moonrise Kingdom?
I can see why you didn't like it. If you're not into the Wes Anderson pastiche, I understand.
But I like.
He is though.
I am though.
So what was it about Moonrise you didn't enjoy? You didn't like the kid?
So the beginning wasn't good, and the middle wasn't good, and then the rest of it also wasn't. Just none of it.
Okay, no. You're not. That's not. I can't accept that. That's not specific enough.
I don't know, man. I don't even know if I finished it. To be honest, I think I turned it off.
You guys are the worst.
No, man, I turned it off like an hour and 20 minutes into it.
So you couldn't go another 20?
I couldn't go another second. And I wanted to like it, man. I want to be cool. I want to like cool things. But sometimes they just don't want me to like them. That's the thing. Sometimes I want to be like, yeah, that's me. I'm that. But if someone said that to me about like Lebowski, I would lose my mind.
Well, exactly. And we all love the things we love very, very dearly. You might not like it, Matt.
No.
I feel like I would.
What just happened? What did you say?
I said I've never seen the Big Lebowski.
See what I'm talking about? And Big Lebowski is one of those movies with such a serious die-hard following that it's hard to get into.
But I know, I'm willing to, though. I'm willing to.
Have you seen Burton Fink, Matt?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so
I would like
I'll
to
lend you Burton Fink and Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Now, are these movies I should watch?
And The Breakup starring Vince Vaughn. It's great.
Should I watch these movies with my wife, or would it?
My wife?
Yes! What does she like? I don't know. Get her on the podcast and tell us what she like. I want to.
Oh, God,
actually want to.
She liked 21 Jump Street. I was surprised.
I want to state something for the record. I am not
very short hop from 21 Jump Street to Burton Fink. Very
short. Yeah. It's basically the same movie. I want to state for the record, though, as we wrap this up. I want to say for the record, I'm not advocating anybody suffer through anything for any reason. Actually, if you don't like something, fine. I will say, though, I got a big problem
for not liking certain things.
No. I just have. I understand turning movies off, I suppose. I've actually only turned off maybe one in like the last 10 years. And I don't want to say it because he's a friend of the show, but it was Steve Austin's movie, The Condemned. And I turned that thing off. No, just I don't know how to state this. Give it a chance, and if you don't like it, that's fine. I'm saying don't suffer through anything, but I do have a real problem with people either walking out or turning off movies. But it's fine. Your time's precious too. I understand that.
Sometimes I fall asleep through movies, and I think I don't like them, and then I go back, and I'm like, oh, I really like that one. 2 great examples, Punch Drunk Love and Big Fish. I fell asleep during them. I was like, ugh, didn't like that. And I was like, oh, no, you're just sleepy when you woke up, and then you let that. So then now they're 2 of my I really
2 of your favorite movies. Yeah. One movie I fell asleep to, actually, was one, and they're in theaters. This movie called 9 with the little sack people.
Yeah.
I haven't gone back and revisited that. And the other one was Russell Crowe's Robin Hood. Because I guess stated in our Man of Steel. I don't hate it.
You hated it.
I like the ending was kind of cool.
Loathed entirely.
When I loathed entirely. When I woke up, yep. When I woke up, it was a good ending. But that's something I won't go back and revisit just because Russell Crowe. That's right. Russell Crowe.
He's a pro.
Put me to sleep. You can find me on Twitter at William C. Vaughn. Okay, like this is like the 15th episode. You
Why
should
don't
know
why don't
by
you
now.
prompt
just
one of us?
sounded like you weren't-
Anytime I leave it like William C. Vaughn.
Yeah, you
Anytime I
left it
lilt up
hanging
like that.
you were gonna finish your sentence, put a period in there, and then
That
let
was
us
a
take
period.
over.
That
Turn
was an
to one of us.
exclamation.
Just-
I put an
just
I
serve
put
it up
a-
to us.
I put an interrobang on that. That was an
Here we go.
interrobang.
I'll be
Okay,
you.
take
I'm William
two.
C. Vaughn at William
No,
C.
you're
Vaughn on
not.
Twitter.
You're
and
mad at me.
Alex,
No.
I'm
what are
at
you on?
WC Fields on Twitter. So if you want to at me, DM me, follow at WC Fields.
Perfect. And I'm at The Rock on Twitter.
WC Fields, rest in peace, buddy. And maybe we mentioned it before. I'm not sure.
Just a real shame, though. Just a real.
It's a real
Yeah,
damn shame.
gone. Shame.
If you have any movies that you suggest we watch in relation to the movies we were discussing, if you have any feedback as to maybe why you liked or didn't like a particular movie we mentioned, hit us up on Twitter. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Or probably most of the people on this podcast who listen to it have my phone number. So yeah, just send me a text. Send me a text, and if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. We'll be back next week at the same time. That's not taken, right? We'll be back next week at the same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you very much for listening to us. Like, rate, and review us on iTunes. Take care. Give your mama a hug and a kiss. And how do you do?
Yeah, do that.
All right. Well, okay. You ruined my
Wait, hold
beautiful
on.
ending.
Did we end it? Is it ended
Yeah,
yet?
it has.
Nope.
I think it's still.